All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. Let's increase the height here for a minute. Sweet. All right, let's begin. Should we start now? You know what? We'll start with Forex. We'll get back to crypto later. You know what? Let's start with commodities. Gold is so far still kind of following our plan. And as a matter of fact, it's even accumulating. Little update on the symbols there with the L and the S, fair enough. I'm not really seeing any clear extremes, like this has been taken, unless you have extreme liquidity in here, which is possible. Not valid market structure. But that is. So this is the only extreme liquidity I'm interested in. Nothing outside of this. If it sweeps it good, if it doesn't, no trade. Asia high taken, which I'm not too much of a fan of. Like if it's gonna sweep extreme liquidity, I'm gonna want Asia low to get taken as well. But yeah, so far that hasn't happened yet, so we will remain patient. We'll look at silver. Silver is also doing kind of a similar story. Valid demand here, which has been mitigated. Do we have something more refined though? That is the question. We have extreme liquidity, which will be my extreme liquidity target. However, it's not. Yeah, I'm not really gonna. I'm not really gonna use this on second thoughts. just because we're forming an I'm looking for a lower time frame accumulation where we're actually expecting price to go lower and form this higher time frame accumulation. So it's a bit silly looking for longs when you're expecting price to do this. So yeah, based on that, I'm actually going to essentially remove all this because it's just not aligning with our higher time frame context. You know what, the only thing I will check is how are we looking in terms of session times, yeah. Not what we're on. Not what we want at all. And therefore I will move on. This is a valid accumulation, like it is an accumulation, but I just want to see how it aligns with our context. Yeah, like theoretically you can expect a bounce. You can definitely expect a bounce. Like yeah, it's a valid accumulation to take. Structure doing something like that. And yeah, look at it like, man, this is, if you're telling me these aren't going to take it, you're an idiot. Like, you're an actual idiot if you think these aren't going to get taken. Yeah. Very clean extreme liquidity PLI there. And yeah, that is it for oil. Let's go to AUD USD. One thing I really want to check, did I journal this? I did take this, by the way, so if anyone thinks I'm only showing wins or only showing losses, or I haven't showed much to be fair, but yeah, I took this. Takeaways from this was that it was not aligning with our higher time frame context, because if you look along, let's say the 4-day, I'm just trying to see if I journal this. Otherwise, if I did not have to journal this after I record. Okay, no, I did not journal this. Good to know. Alright, we'll get back to that later. Alright, that means I will not remove this off the chart. But yeah, when you're looking at the higher time frame and you're looking at market structure, you are expecting, same thing as earlier, you're expecting price to go higher. You cannot expect price to do this, especially after it's ran through the supply, which I'll show you once I zoom in. But after price broke structure here, you can't expect price to come back down. It could come back down for a higher low, but you technically expect price to just keep going higher, especially given that we ran through this weekly OBIF, which you can see. Or we're actively running through it. And this wasn't really a distribution because you can see how much further away tab 3 is from tab 2 compared to tab 2 and tab 1. So overall, you do want to be looking for accumulations. Bear with me. Let me see this here. I'm obviously moving, so everything's a bit all over the shop, as you should already know. And if you don't know, you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Yeah, price is simply just uptrending right now, so you know, the trend is your friend, especially when your potential accumulations take them. Look for those pivot point accumulation bubbles. Given we have deviated here, you can, like we've just swept this high. So you are allowed to look for distributions. But here, especially with those lows, look at those lows there. But here, we didn't sweep anything yet, so you can't expect price to just all of a sudden front run all these key highs and just start moving back down. You have to get a sweep first. Now we might front run, oh not front run, now we might start distributing back down, at least to some extent. But yeah, that's it for now. Let's have a look over here. What can I see? That can all go. It's not giving us much at the moment. If there was any demand here, it has been mitigated. If there was, I think we still have some sort of low time frame demand there. Essentially here, I'm expecting price to go higher. Like we're clearly uptrending. So yeah, expect price to go higher. That is the best piece of advice I can give for this setup, or whatever's happening here. Nice little cute little distribution there. But yeah, expect price to go higher. Point being, we're just not getting any clean price action thus far, so we're going to wait. GBP USD. Demand below. We have swept this pivot point. Actually, not really a pivot point when you look at the grand scheme of things, but this distribution is still on for now, potential distribution. I would like to see price continue to trend down and just start mitigating a good chunk of this demand. Yeah, I wouldn't really be looking for accumulations at the moment. I wouldn't be looking for anything at the moment for this pair. Unless we get some sort of distribution up here. This can go as well. All of this can go. Nice returns to zone forming there. Pullback in here would be nice, but not, don't expect it. And then you can already see here, we did have that mitigation there, so you can, technically speaking, you can do this. And that is valid. That's fine. Do I remember that on this? Yeah, I do. So yeah, contextually, we're still trending up. Like if you drew a 2-week structure, this is expectational order flow. So you can expect us to go higher. Given this, yeah, you want to look for accumulation. So but nothing has presented itself at the moment. Yeah, I'm not really gonna force anything here. Technically this is a range, or about to be. We will see. And then whatever demand was in here has been respected. Euro NZD. This isn't the nicest range. Same thing, we are uptrending here. Any low time frame scales, there might be something. Nah, it's way too structure-like, so I will move on with this pair. You got some demand in here. We'll see if that holds. USD JPY. We are approaching supply. In fact, we have mitigated supply. No real POI I'm interested in here. Just gonna let price do its thing, and we'll come back to this. NZD CAD, we are in a clear downtrend here locally. Really nice period 3 schematic here, which man, this was textbook. Had I have caught this, although front ran very manipulative PO3, but damn. Well, on that note, all this can go. Same thing, not really interested in anything at the moment. There's probably some demand there, and there is. A lot of demand. To be fair, did I catch this distribution? No, we front ran this POI here. Fair enough. And we're now continuing to downtrend into the abyss. Wow, look at that. Wow, weaver. No real demand there. At least nothing that I like. Yeah, all this has been mitigated. This is somewhat of a POI which we can monitor. We are also not too far away from it. So we will see what happens there. And yeah, contextually speaking, we are in this potential high time frame distribution model. So that's the thing, when we distribute so close to this, there's 2 week supply there, I'm pretty sure. There is. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens here. GBP, JPY. Yeah, let's just wait for this demand to get mitigated. If you can catch a distribution here, do it. Catch it. And then you do have demand below as well. We have ran through all this. And yeah, it looks like we are moving towards this supply. So keep an eye out there. USD Swiss franc is moving up. Maybe we get a distribution in this supply, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we get an accumulation into the distribution. It's possible. But we swept the Asia high and low, which I'm not a fan of. So we will give that pair more time. And we're also downtrending, so. And we have that 2-day OBIF below us. The infamous 2-day OBIF, when will that get mitigated? Who knows? It's not really clean. I'm not a fan of this range full stop. But is there demand in here? Mitigated? Yeah, everything's been mitigated. Leave that as is. Not much happening here. We're still waiting for a second deviation and we still have demand below us. We are also running through a. This could have been a P03 to be fair. Yeah, it looks like it. Clean. Clean, clean, clean. Man, I wish I could give you guys some setups, but there's nothing really at the moment. Especially, at least not in Forex. I would love to give you guys some setups. Like there's nothing. There is really nothing. Is there demand there? Yeah, there is, but it's been mitigated. Okay, we are deviating here. Give this more time. The weekly opens will be interesting here. GBP 80, not interested. That's it for Forex. Let's see what BTC is doing. We had a bit of a glimpse earlier. We are front running this range. Maybe here we can pay some close attention. Well, was it this one? No. Range 2.0. We'll set our alerts. I'm not really going to draw this at the moment just because it looks like it will get mitigated pretty soon, so I'll save an alert there. My only query is, has this been touched yet? You know what? For the sake of the exercise, we will chart it. This hasn't been mitigated yet, so may as well. Still in a potential distribution. So look at ETH. I'm not going to go through all pairs. I'll just look at the. Man, we're looking good here. I'll tell you that much. We're looking very good here. slowly creeping back up to the supply. So the second we do, I will be on red alert. Let's have a look here. You can already see a nice return to turn there. Same thing here, we're looking very, very nice. Very nice. Well, we have officially mitigated supply, so we can start looking. Here is your tap 1, deviation 1, deviation 2. And then if we are to get an extended tap, which happens from time to time, man, if these are, no, this is being swept. This is my extreme liquidity point. If we can get a sweep here and a break of structure to the downside, this is all I need to enter. And then my stops will be above here. Because this has taken all these highs. Like obviously you have these, but they're just too low of time frame for us to care. And in fact, this was a supply chain which we have respected really, really nicely. So pre-planning, would like a sweep here, break of structure, stop support here. Even this local range itself is going to give you an almost a 3RR, and then obviously if you target the whole thing, you're going to get a nice 6.49. So this is our setup for today. And honestly, the way this is going, I can see it sweeping. It's too key of a point for it to not sweep, you know what I mean? We also do have this, which if I get a clean entry here, I will take a very, very low time frame scalp. This one is. So we will see if we respect this or we keep going higher. Render. Technically speaking, you would use this range. And it does look like we swept some sort of extreme in here. Did we? Technically speaking, we haven't. If you want my technicality. No. No, we have not. looking at a very key POI at the moment. Okay, alerts are set here. Yeah, really nice return to zone. Just going to get my position size calculator on another tab. Yeah, so render's looking good, Farcom's looking good. What was Quant saying? Quant's looking good. A lot of really nice potential setups here. Still looking to come up in here. That hasn't changed. Pump Fund's looking okay, could look better. It's just too market structure like, which I don't like. XLM. Cake is, oh yeah, we do have this interesting PO3 schematic in potential play. Obviously hasn't confirmed yet, but yeah, still in play for now. Still in play for now. Alerts are still set, so this will be interesting. Hype. Hype's kind of just ranging at the top here. And this is our extreme liquidity on Hype. To be fair, this doesn't look the worst so far. If we continue moving up like this slowly, it could look good. And then we also have supply buff, so it looks like it honestly looks alright. A few interesting moves to monitor, especially over the weekend. I'm gonna try my best to monitor these as I am moving place next week. So yeah, next week you probably won't, as in not this upcoming weekend, the weekend following, probably won't see much of me. Technically it's not a PO3, just on real. A PO3 is when it fully comes out of the range. This is just essentially a little range at the top of this higher time frame range. So yeah, it's not to correct myself, it's not a PR3 schematic whatsoever. But if we get a nice slow pullback in here and a nice break structure, then you can still take it. RV gone. Yeah, and then from here on, the rest is just shitty rangy price behavior. So yeah, this is our main focus. Obviously, we got the top two are still our main focus. 5-point and render. Render's looking good. Potential accumulation into this higher time frame distribution. We will monitor the extremes, and this is our main play at the moment. Paying attention to this local. To this local move. Let me drag this. If we can break structure here, this is still enough for me to take and just let it run. So given we do break structure here, that would be my it depends. I really want this to get swept, especially the fact that we've. To be fair, because this technically isn't really a liquidity target because it's mitigated supply, which makes this a liquidity target. That means that we have already swept extreme liquidity. So I am correcting myself at the moment. I still need to fix this. Man. Alerts. So yeah, essentially, depending on how we break structure here, I can look to enter. So if we break, it'd be more than this is valid, yeah. This is valid 5 minute, so I'm looking for a 5-minute break here. And stop still has to be above this, technically speaking, third tap. So yeah, I've got my Yeah, it's very valid to take when you look at the higher time frame. Yeah, I've got my pre-planning done. And now we just wait for confirmations. Yeah, this was clean supply in here. So yeah, this could be a really, really nice setup, guys. and I am just being patient and monitoring the 5-minute break of structure. Alright, I'm going to monitor this. I will have to go because I have to order dinner. Alright. Alright, I'll keep you all updated. I've got to go order dinner now. This is our setup. That was the breakdown which you've just seen. So yeah, I'll upload this pretty much straight away. So if this setup hasn't confirmed, then monitor this for yourselves and look out for a break of structure within this area essentially, and just keep following market structure to see where you can catch a break. If it goes higher than this point, I would not be looking to take a break of structure, at least until it goes past this. So or technically speaking, my apologies, if you don't catch a break of structure below here and price exceeds this, then I would not be looking to trade in here until it exceeds this point, and then it will become a model 1. So yeah, you can look out for breaks of structure only up until this point. As soon as it passes this, do not look for a short. It can still reverse after passing this, but that's not our strategy. So you want to stick to the strategy and yeah, be patient. You can see we're quite a bit of buying power at the moment, but yeah, just be patient and we will stick to our plan. If you guys have any questions, then as always, shoot me a DM, comment down below. I will get back to you, and thank you all for listening, viewing, watching. Please subscribe if you've made it this far, and yeah, stay tuned, stay ready, stay disciplined, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.